I've learnt the hard way that if you stop doing these 7 things, you'll get better at sewing and using your sewing machine. Number 1, just don't rush. Take your time. You ever heard that saying, measure twice, cut once? Well, it's true. It's your time. This is special for you. Don't think, I've got a few minutes, I'm just going to rush and do that. You'll be amazed how many times I hear that people have made mistakes because they've rushed to use their sewing machine because they've got a little bit of time, didn't thread it up properly, or the bobbin wasn't in the right way round, or the wrong stitch was selected from the last time they used it and they didn't take the time to check. And something goes wrong. It's really not worth it. Just take your time. Number 2, use your iron. Press your fabric. I know a lot of people kind of go, oh, do I? Well, yeah, if you really want the thing to look the best it can at the end, your dress or whatever it is you're making, use your iron. Press your seams flat. Press your fabric. Press in the darts that you've just made. Everything will look so much better and it will sew easier. It's really worth it. Number 3, thinking it's your fault when something goes wrong. There's so many factors that go into dressmaking that even the most experienced dressmaker or tailor, something can happen. Look at it as a learning experience, but also, the chances are you haven't actually ruined something. You just need to take some time to fix it. You've learned from that. You won't do it again. And when you finish making it, don't fixate on the thing where you think, I know I did that wrong. I know that doesn't look perfect. Because believe me, the chances are everybody else is looking at what you've made and thinking, oh, wow, I wish I could do that. Aren't they clever? Focus on the bigger picture. You've got something nobody else has. It's brilliant. Number 4 is lending your equipment to others. I know it's hard to say no, particularly if it's somebody you know, but just don't. You'd be amazed how many times I get sewing machines in where people have lent it to someone, even to their daughters or to their mums or, people they really know really well. But of course they don't know how to use that machine. They've made assumptions, they've threaded it up incorrectly or done something and there's been a twang or a crack and they've had to bring it to me to fix it. It's just not worth it. Again, we've had people in the sewing classes here who have spent their hard-earned money on some really nice stuff, really nice scissors, and of course they've let somebody else use them, not necessarily in the class, but let somebody else use them, and they've tried to cut a pin or something, and it causes hassle. Just don't. It's your stuff, you're learning how to use it, it's the equipment you need and it needs to be working perfectly every time you want to spend time sewing. Number 5, stop saying yes to alterations. Requests for alterations from your friends or family or whatever. Sewing is for you, it's your time, it's to make things that you want to wear, it's not to run an alteration service. The truth of the matter is most people won't understand what they're asking. They'll think, oh, of course you can just replace the zip in that padded jacket. Oh yeah, several hours later you're up to your elbows in bits of duck down and stuff like that and you still haven't been able to get the zip out properly and you've possibly ruined it or whatever. It's just not worth the hassle. You got into sewing to make things for yourself. And that's what it's about. Try to avoid buying those cheap gimmicky things that you see. I know it's hard. I know sewing as a hobby can get expensive. A great example I'll give you is when you see those boxes of pre-wound bobbins in the supermarket and you kind of think, ooh, that's a bargain, I'll have one of those. Well, they're cheap for a reason. They're not very well wound. Loads of colours you're never going to use. It's just not worth it. You might as well put that money towards buying 2 or 3 or 4 reels of really good quality thread in neutral colours because you're going to use them. I know it can be expensive as a hobby and I know you don't always have the money you would like to spend on everything that you want, but try and talk to other people, find out what they're using, get recommendations. Do you want to talk about sewing machines? Drop me a line. I service and repair sewing machines, all the different makes. I've seen hundreds. We're an agent for a couple of companies, but it's really, if someone comes into the shop and they say to me, I want to get a sewing machine, my first question is, how much do you want to spend and what sort of sewing do you want to do? It's not thinking, great, I'll get this £1,000 sewing machine out, I'm going to sell this today. Because if it's not the right for that person, then what's the point? You know, so it's all about getting the right thing, and there's some really decent stuff out there, and it doesn't cost very much. Number 7, the big one, is stop being worried about actually making something. Time and again in the classes we have people who have spent money on fabric or have something that has some kind of emotional value to them, and they're terrified of actually using it. Well, you know, frankly, fabric is there to be used. None of it's ever too precious. You know, take your time. If there's something you don't know how to do, try it out on another piece of fabric. Have a look on YouTube, find yourself a class, talk to somebody else who knows, and work your way through it slowly. You'll really value the thing that you've made at the end if you spent that time on it. But it's very easy to kind of talk yourself out of doing something. I don't know how to put in a zip. Well, nobody does until they first do it. I hope that's helped. If you like what you're hearing, like and subscribe to us. There's going to be more videos. Always happy to hear from you. Always happy to answer any questions you may have. Got years of experience. Happy to share it. That's the whole point. Hope you enjoyed it. And happy sewing.